Have you ever been completely blown away by an anime and found yourself wondering how on earth such a masterpiece could even be created? It's no secret that the process of making anime is intricate and time-consuming. On average, it can take a year or more just to produce 12 episodes of an anime series. Crazy, right? Well, prepare your snacks because in just a few short minutes, I'm going to take you on a fascinating journey and reveal the secrets of how anime is made. Anime production is a complex process that involves many specific parts. I'll try to explain it as simply as possible. Once a series and a studio have been decided, the main production staff, including the director, producer, and episode director, hold a meeting to determine who will be involved in overall production. This includes positions like character designer, animation supervisor, keyframe animator, in-between animator, CG director, art director, color selector, sound director, voice actors, SFX artist, and more. Each position may be filled by several people, resulting in a staff of 50 to 100 people. The production stage is divided into 3 stages: the pre-production, production, and post-production. In the pre-production stage, the director, producer, story writer, and the original author, if it's not an original series, create the script for each specific episode. Once the script is complete, the series director or episode director creates the storyboard. Storyboards are crucial because they are sequential drawings detailing the major scenes of the series and include information about dialogue, music, sound effects, and camera work. It's the first step in bringing the script to life. After the storyboards is completed, the character designer will create detailed animation character designs to be used as reference by animators during the production stage. The character designer will often work closely with episode director and art designer to establish the overall visual look of the series characters. The art designer, on the other hand, will develop the overall visual look of the production by creating the detailed designs of location, item or objects, vehicles, and the characters. Finally, the color designer will set the main color palette to be used by the finishing department to color completed animation. Prior to the use of digital coloring techniques, the color designer used specific RGB color code that were consistent between computers, ensures that the anime visual and narrative elements are cohesive and engaging. Now we come to the most exciting and challenging stage, the production stage. To make it easier to understand, let's break it into several groups. First up is the support groups, which includes production manager and assistant production manager. Their role is to ensure that everything is on schedule, within budget, and that production milestones are met. They coordinate between each production department, track progress, and deliver production materials from one to another department. Next is the animators group. Within this group, we have the keyframe animators, who are some of the most talented artists in the studio. They create detailed version of the storyboard's image or layouts they've been assigned and are responsible for drawing the keyframes pivotal moments within the animation that define a scene's motion. Then in-between animators who work closely with the keyframe animators to draw the remaining frames needed to complete a sequence of animation. They trace and clean up the lines of the keyframes, then draw the missing frames based on the timing sheet provided by the keyframe animator. But we're not done yet. The third group is just as important, quality control group. First up is the animation supervisor, who oversees, checks, and corrects the key animators' layouts and drawings. They are the first layer of quality control for an episode. The chief animation supervisor works directly under the supervising director of animation and acts as a second layer of quality control, correcting drawings before they are reviewed by the supervising director. One of the most important group in this production process is, of course, the computer graphics group. Led by the CG director, they oversee and manage all aspects of the CG team's work, ensuring visual consistency with the 2D animation. CG artists create the 3D models and texture, while CG animators brings them to life and compile them into scenes using technology. Another crucial group is the finishing group, which includes the background artists who create the scene backgrounds based on the key animator's layout. The art director supervises and produces background art, ensuring consistency across all scenes, while the color selectors add colors to each scene based on the main palette established by the color designer. You still remember that, right? Cause I hope so. And finally, the supervising director of animation checks and approves all animation, ensuring it adheres to the storyboards and character design. After their approval, we move on to the post-production stage. In the post-production stage, the audio director and soundtrack composer collaborate to create a captivating musical score and background music that perfectly fits the series. Meanwhile, the sound effect engineer is responsible for producing all the sound effects necessary for the anime, using a variety of techniques such as manipulating real-world sound sounds or using digital sounds libraries. The voice actors then bring the characters to life by voicing over their lines, matching their voice with the character lip movements and performing their lines with the appropriate emotion, tone, and delivery. The sound mixer records their voice acting data in the voice acting recording room, including voice editing, merging voice acting recordings, sound effects, and merging soundtracks according to the animation director and audio director's wishes. The sound production supervisors schedules and arrange recording session for each of their assigned project depending on how many recording rooms they have available in their studio. In this post-production stage, the SFX artist produce adjusting visual appearance within the animations such as wind, clouds, lightning, explosions, and others. Near the end of the production, the director of photography hands down to composite animation, in addition to key animators layouts which often depict scenes framing. Director of photography provides guidance to the individual photographers concerning light direction, focusing, camera work to create the atmosphere of the shot as depicted by the episode storyboards. For the final touch, the video editors assembles all of the footage from the various stages of production, including the keyframe animation, in-between animation, and computer graphics animation into a cohesive and visually pleasing final product. They then conduct final checkups with the director and episode editors, make necessary edits, and apply censorship according to each television station codes if needed. The video editor also works with the sound team to ensure that the sound effects and musics are properly synchronized with the animation, ensuring that the animation is polished and ready for distribution to audience or for those who watch the series.